Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Please forgive my voice. I am recovering, hopefully, from a 3-week stint with some type of respiratory flu-like virus. Luckily, it's not stomach, but it's in my head, my chest and stuff. And it probably didn't help to just when I thought I was over it, go to a convention with 2,500 of my best friends. So I'm still recovering from it. Actually, I thought I was feeling better, and then it got worse. So I wanted to show you, though, a really fun card that my friend Linda Heller made. And this is using the Everyday Arch dies. It's a shaker card, but wait till I show you how simple this is to make with a product you may not have seen that is in the online exclusives on Stampin' Up. I know I'm finding them when I put it into the search bar. They're called flip flaps, and they may be in the mini catalog, but I know that if you put in the search bar flip flaps, they come up. They look like this. Now this one, I have a few little pretties in there, but they're normally used by scrapbookers. You pull off the adhesive and you put it into your scrapbook page, and then it sticks and you can lift things up. You can tuck little mementos in there, but they are great for making shaker cards. Not because you can adhere it closed this way, because the adhesive actually goes, it's on the back. But if you cut this piece off, like I'm going to do in mine, they are wonderful for making, I just realized I needed my tear and tape, and I was glad that it was here, for making shaker cards. So these flip flaps online, they come in 4 different sizes, 3x3, 4x4, 3x4, and 4x6. This is a 3x4, and I'm going to be showing you how to make one using the Wildflower Birthday DSP. So they come, some of them, the bigger ones that are not exact, I think, exact squares. Some of them have an opening that is on the vertical side, and some of them is on the horizontal side. So it depends. Like the one I'm going to be using, it had an opening on the top. This one has on the side. So just it depends on which ones you get, but there's an assortment. They're very economical too. There's 12 to a pack. They go from $6.50 up to $7.50 for the 4x6s. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a look at Linda's card. She used this new Memories and More that's online exclusive. It's the Remember This Moment. It's a very, very pretty Memories and Moment that has multiple pieces in it, and that's what she used for the background here. And so I'm going to show you what I made. Now, when I looked at her card, I have this little bit of an issue with the arches. I'll look at the arch and I'll think I'll have the right one, and I'll cut it, and then realize that I had this, mine should have been smaller or should have been larger. Well, I ended up making my card and using this die, which actually is the same size, but what I put in my flip flap needed a bigger die. So I'll show you what I did. Okay, so on my card here, this is your typical half sheet of cardstock, 4 1/4 wide by 11 inches high, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And then I took my DSP from the Wildflower. Remember this beautiful paper with the gold accents in it, and it has all the die cuts in it? These are some die cuts I made with the Thoughtful Expressions, not impressions. Thoughtful Expressions hybrid embossing folder. I like to cut a whole bunch of these sentiments out and then use them, and I'm using one on here because of the gold accents. But on this card, I put some adhesive just in the corners and a little bit on the sides, so that when I ran it through my Stampin' Cut emboss machine, it would come out and I'd have these 2 pieces. I can use this on another card, so I'll just set it aside. So now I have this opening here. Now, these flip flaps, like I said, are 3x4, and the one I was making on a previous video would have looked like this with the adhesive that you pull off. But remember, it doesn't close the pocket. It just goes down on your paper and you tuck stuff into it. But if for a shaker card, you're going to want to close it, correct? Yes. And like I said before, if you get the 3x4 ones, they're going to come in these. They're definitely 3x4, but they opened from, one was a top loader and one was a side loader. So mine, I went ahead and cut this off, and I can use this again to close up the top of this. Now, I took a 3x4 piece of Pretty in Pink because I was going to put this pretty cake, because look how pretty it coordinates with that paper. But then I went ahead and put some dimensionals behind my image there, and then I opened up my flip flap, put it in. I was so pleased with myself, so happy. And then I was like, okay, put it in, and look what happened. It wasn't big enough. So technically for the 3x4, I should have used this. I mean, I did use this one, but I should have used the bigger one. But the bigger one, technically, it just doesn't make it. There's an opening here, so you'd want to use a 4x6 or something for that one. So I remedied that. So I still went with what I wanted to do, but I'll show you how I fixed it. Let me put this die away before it becomes missing in action. Oh, I love these dies. The inside, I used one of the next to the largest die to write the sentiment. Okay, so we have this little pocket, right? Now I'm going to use the Itty Bitty Bokeh mix here, and I'm just going to put some of that into, actually I should just pinch it instead of pour it. I just thought the colors in this went pretty with the blueberry bushel for the card base, and I just put some, see how pretty those are there? Oh, I just want to put some more in. They're so pretty. Okay, so there we go. Itty Bitty Bokeh mix. Very pretty. It has pinks and purples, some berry burst in there. And I thought with the pinks in here, it would be fine. So there's my shaker. Now I want to close the top of this, right? Now the piece I cut off the top, I can go ahead and take that off. And I can kind of put it. Actually, you know what? I did this so I can't actually do that now because you're going to see it. So what I'm going to do is just tape it shut. And you know that I had tape. I had my masking tape on my desk, and it is now gone. So anyhow, won't matter. I can fix it. So this is going to go in here. You know, you always have to modify things if you come up with a boo-boo. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, and I know it's going to go in my arch. I'm going to turn this over, okay, and I'm going to use my Stampin' tape, which I just pulled down here, didn't I? Okay. And technically, this is, where is my, I am still in the process of not being able to find anything in my craft room since our move. That was part of the thing. So this is an off-brand I had, so I'm still going to use it. So I'm just going to use this. I like the Stampin' tape better because it actually it was wider. But you can improvise. Whatever you have, make do with it, right? But boy, do I love the Stampin' tape. And it's usually right handy for me. And I'm just kind of taping right along. It doesn't have to actually be closed here. It just has to, where is my tape tool here? There we go. Sometimes I will have friends who will give me fun little treats. And this was one of those thinner ones. But I actually really do love the Stampin' tape because it's the perfect, get that down there, my hand's stuck there, get this put off of here. There we go. And I'm going to put a piece along the bottom as well. And this is one of those examples where having the actual product that you're demonstrating is actually key, because it actually does work better than this thin one I had. But it's been one of those days. And it's been one of those 3 weeks. So you see this opening that's showing down there? That's not going to matter. Because on this card, we have to cover up the back, right? Because we put all that messiness there. So we're just covering it. I thought it would be pretty to cover it with the pretty in pink. Now, another thing that might have been pretty to do is to do a really pretty piece of this DSP. Like one of the other patterns, like wouldn't it have looked pretty with just showing all these flowers here? This pattern, that would have been pretty too. But I can remember that next time. So now you see I have this pretty shaker card. And because I did use pink, I kind of covered up that area there. But when I first started making this video for you guys and I messed up with the size, I was like, oh, what can I do to fix that? Well, I went back into the DSP and there were all these pretty little pieces that are on the big sheet that have tags on them. And there were these 3 and I thought, oh, I can just pop that and cover the bottom. I did like that. I thought that was pretty, but I wasn't prepared to put a sentiment on there. So I used this one here and I'm just going to pop that on there. And that's going to cover up my boo-boo down there. And it's actually kind of funny. It's not really a boo-boo because this die that worked perfectly on this card worked perfectly here. It wouldn't have, it worked perfectly here because of the size of the cake. Okay, so you'll mix and match. You'll use circles, squares, rectangles, whatever works for your, cards. So there we go. I just put another addition of some fun paper on the bottom of that. You can still see the shaker shaking. And then I have this pretty Oh Happy Day. Isn't a birthday always a happy day? So I'm just going to pop that on to the front of the flip flap. And I'm going to put it kind of up here by the cake. So it brings some more gold into that. Is that the cutest or what? And then I decided on the inside to use just a piece of white here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there. A little here. Trying not to get a lot in the middle of the card because it will, especially with, well, actually the pink won't rub off, but there we go. So we'll put that right in the inside of the card. And you could put a sentiment in there. And if you wanted to, you could, put this on the inside on the bottom here. And you could put a sentiment in here too, like that would go with, I don't have the stamp set out right now, but you could easily put that and that would coordinate nice with the pink. But isn't that a fun shaker card? And it's so simple to make with these fun little flip flaps that are see-through. So like I said, they come 12 to a package and they open from side or the top depending on the sizing. So just take a look, put in the search bar, flip flap, flip flaps. Okay, it has F-L-I-P, F-L-A-P-S, flip flaps. And these are really essential for making the quickest shaker card ever. You would just cut this piece off. If I was going to be covering up the opening here, you can easily take this piece and you can fold it on that edge and see how it would have closed that up for me. But since I didn't want to do that at the top there because I needed all this for my card. But this is the piece I could have, did it from the bottom. Like I could have loaded it upside down and then I could have cleaned it up and put it on the bottom. So this part that normally goes on your scrapbook page down for you to put your mementos in, it actually is still usable whenever you are making a flip flap because all you're doing is cutting it off and then you're closing it with this self-adhesive piece. So it works great. I can't wait. I just ordered a bunch of these. I can't wait to use them at class. My girls are going to love them. So there's a fun little card there for you using the Wildflower Birthday, using our everyday arches and the new flip flaps. And you just cover that up. And like I said, put a sentiment in there. Thanks for bearing with me, friends. Thanks for stopping by.